Hey everyone, so we just took a spontaneous drive on the motorway, which if you've seen any of my other videos, you know it's probably not one of my favorite experiences, but I think there's a little bit of a lesson in it, so we're just gonna talk through it a little bit. So basically it wasn't planned, and I think that actually helped a little bit, as I wasn't really aware it was going to be happening, so I didn't have a choice to back out of it, or overthink the situation, or overanalyze what's going to happen next. It was more like we were driving somewhere, and then I suddenly realized that, okay, this is heading towards the motorway, and then I just could feel all of those feelings happening. I could feel like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I'm going to have, what if I have a heart attack in the car in the middle of the motorway? What if there's loads of traffic? What if I'm stuck? What if, I can't breathe and I need to get out? And what if I do something crazy? What if I try and open the door in the middle of the motorway? So all of these thoughts come in flying through my head, and then along with these thoughts, there's all these feelings of, I can start to feel my heart beating, I can feel my head getting really hot, and lots of pressure building up, and it's just alarm bells ringing saying, okay, something's going wrong, this is it, this is the end. And it was just all of that horror, whether it's worrying about what's going to happen or worrying about all this panic feeling now, is something bad happening, just a nightmare. But in this case, we started going towards the motorway, I started feeling all these feelings, but I started to remember, okay, I've done things like this before. I went on the tube, I went even on a plane before, things like this, and I knew, like, at this point, panicking and just trying to get off, or get us to leave, it's not going to help. And I had to convince myself, okay, we just got to go through it.
200 yards at Hospital Bridge roundabout.
So we're still driving, and so I'm thinking, okay, we just got to go through it and allow whatever is going to happen to happen. So I'm obviously not the one driving, but still, for me, that's not a scary experience. But basically what happened after that is, so we realized we're heading towards the motorway. I started feeling all these feelings. And I started to remember, okay, I've been through this before, I've done similar things before, I've done even worse things, even scarier things before, and been through it, so this time's going to be no different. So first, one of the things that I did is, when I started feeling really anxious as well, you start to get really tense, and I noticed, like, I'm holding my hands up in weird positions and stuff like that, and my muscles are just very tense. So I notice, and I just release everything. I take a breath out and just let all that tension go. And that helps a lot, because I guess when you're anxious, when you're stressed, and when you're about to panic, you'll get really tensed up because you're ready to run and things like that. So letting the muscles release is a good way to tell your body that, okay, it's okay. If I'm calming down, if I'm releasing, if I'm relaxing, then maybe it's nothing to be afraid of. And as I'm looking around, my instinct was to not look at the road, and to kind of look somewhere else. So my first instinct was to put my headphones on, put some meditation music on, hide or something like that. But then I realized I'm not really taking the whole opportunity. And my girlfriend, who's driving here, told me that I should look around, and I should, see, like, it's a nice, exciting drive. And so, like, gradually I started looking again and seeing, okay, we're going really fast. I do feel trapped, but you know what? We're driving. It's actually kind of cool. And then I actually started, I guess you could say, enjoying a bit of the drive and how it's happening. Like, if you're looking at here, it's this isn't quite as intense as it was before. But if I go back to earlier, before we even went near any roads like this, if we were to come near this kind of road, I would have had all of those physical responses and all that anxiety and stress and worries. Whereas now I'm actually doing this vlog, telling you all about it, and I don't really feel that anxious at all. So you can see that this probably, if I didn't do this, then I would still have this reaction to these roads, and I probably will again, but now I have just more evidence that I can do it. So yeah, I guess we're heading home now, and I thought it was a good thing to share with everyone. Maybe you can take some learning from it, maybe you can be motivated to give it a try yourself. And after doing this, I feel a lot more confident that I'd be able to do more stuff like this as well. So, and to be honest, guys, after having done that, I don't know, I feel like really euphoric. I feel quite like I can do anything. It just feels amazing. Like, I'm gonna go home and I'm not gonna feel so stressed out. I actually feel less stressed for having gone through it than if I had kind of just thought about doing it and avoided it and didn't do it, and then worried about doing it and then felt guilty afterwards for not doing it. So that feeling of accomplishment, I think, is amazing. And obviously, as well, I feel a bit more confident after doing that too. So I hope that you can get out there and do the same and feel the same, because it's something I'd really recommend, especially if you're dealing with any anxiety, agoraphobia, panic attacks. There's no better feeling than getting out there and facing it head on, because it is terrifying, it is scary, and it can take a lot of hard work and it can take a lot of motivation before you even get to the point to do it. But once you do it and you actually stick through it and don't give up and get past that point of the height of the fear, the feeling afterwards, at least for me anyway, it's just incredible. It's like I feel a bit, I don't want to say like a high, but it's like kind of a euphoric feeling where, wow, you know, I did that, you know, I did that. And you kind of start seeing the hope for how you can continue to do that in other parts of your life. And if you do come across a time where, you know, you weren't expecting something, but you're faced with a situation like this, then I hope that you can feel that, you know, you've got this, you can do it. And yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. Please subscribe, like the video, share it if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.